Welcome back to Absolute Zeros podcast. I am your host, Josh. With me today we have the ever lovely, ever fluorescent Mr. Know-It-All.
I am quite luminescent, yes.
I love how my descriptions of you just keep getting weirder and weirder every single time.
That's great. Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I love that.
Anyways, so this week we're going to be talking all about DC. So all of DC, all the time. But first and foremost, I do want to let everyone know, again, if you guys are going to be in the Houston area this June 20th weekend, we will be down there for Comicpalooza. We will be hosting our So You Want to Be an Avatar panel, as well as this podcast, Absolute Zeros podcast, will be there Sunday at 10 a.m. Why is it 10 a.m.?
Nice,
I don't know. But okay, it's 10 a.m. But yeah, we will be there in Comicpalooza Sunday, 10 a.m. Hopefully we'll see you guys there, and that should do for the promotional stunts for Big Daddy Corporate Comicpalooza guy. Anyways. Yeah,
no, totally. I got it. No, right on.
All right.
How have you guys done panel that panel before?
The Avatar panel? Yeah, we've done that quite a few times, but this is our first time
awesome.
Doing a full-on podcast at a convention.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to turn this into like a reverse interview.
Fine.
How'd you get into doing something like that? I'll be honest, because a long time ago, real fast story. I used to go to MegaCon in Florida, and because I lived in Florida, and there was a friend of mine who ran. So MegaCon has like an adjacent convention that they do off season, but it's in like Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And so I would go there, and I used to host, like I hosted Doctor Who panels. I hosted so one year the guy, I was going to a Doctor Who panel, and the people were standing at the door, and they were like, I don't know what happened. They blah blah blah. The guy canceled last minute. Oh, what are we gonna do? And there's a line of people, and I literally step up. I'm like, I can talk about Doctor Who for about an hour. And they're like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. And they're like, all right, well, get up there. And I recapped the whole first because they were just about to do the fourth season, and of the new reboot, and then next thing you know, we started talking about it. My point is, I would love to like get into that space, but at the same time, man, I wish I knew sooner. Tell me about some of these things, because you know what, I would travel for that.
Really?
Like that would be dope. Dude, I would totally go hang out, go chill with you guys and hang out. Let me know. Like, I'm not talking about to be on your panel, but I mean like. That sounds awesome. You're describing. I'm not trying to like bogart my way into your panel, but I mean that would be awesome to go and just like see you do your thing live, bro.
Yeah, I mean if you're willing to drive the few hours to Texas, we can just brain shop our own panel.
That'd be awesome. Dude, that'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
You know what? Let's talk after the show.
Let's do that. There you go. You got a bit of that sausage talk, bit of the behind the scenes of how this shit works, folks.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so that being said, DC this year is huge for DC, especially because you got the Superman movie coming out. You got
man.
You got Peacemaker season 2. You had
which they're teasing a major cameo, and it's not the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl one. It's like a major one that nobody's being. I'm like, do you think that he'd actually have like even just a glimpse, or either Corrin Sweat as Superman, or even just Clark Kent?
Oh, dude. For Peacemaker, I could see Superman, or I could see Clark Kent, or maybe even Lois Lane coming in.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Anyways, I kind of dig that. I dig that level of connectivity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we said before that we're gonna do a full-on Superman podcast sometime in the near future before the movie comes out, or maybe even after. Who knows? But in my personal opinion, I think Mrs. Maisel, the actress who did Mrs. Maisel, is perfect for Lois Lane.
So good. Rachel Brosnahan's she's my spirit animal, especially because she's like, okay, how do I say this without getting in trouble? No, you know what? I need to know. I know way, shape, or form. I mean this in the best possible way, even if it sounds weird.
Yeah,
she is she's got like sexy wrapped up, and I mean that like she does not. She's like very bold about her presence. Every interview she's done, everything, she wears amazing outfits. She's got sex appeal, but she doesn't look like she's like, don't look at me. Like she's very much like, yeah, no, I'm here, and I'm wearing it, and I'm owning it. And you're just like, bro, be my Lois Lane.
She
like
is
go.
She is sex positive done right.
Yeah, man, I love it. No, but I love that energy she's putting off at every one of these things. And what's even better is if you see her and Corn Sweat together, she like almost puts it on to 11, and he looks like Clark Kent uncomfortable. I kind of dig. Yeah. I'm like, is this the energy we're getting in the movie? Because I'm all about it.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm loving it. I absolutely loving it, especially that teaser trailer that we got with the interview. Oh, it's
bro,
great. It's like,
yes,
so we're doing this interview. Superman. Oh shit.
Yeah, totally. So
Superman.
Many people misunderstood that, man. People like were like, I don't know, let's see him get angry, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, have you ever talked to your girlfriend and had her suddenly undermine a decision you made and like unapologetically? Yeah, he's still a dude. Like, because he's Superman doesn't mean he feels nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She was questioning his intentions, and so he's gonna be like, I was trying to save people. What do you want? You know? And I'm like, right on, dude. I feel you.
Exactly. I love it.
I think it's human. I think it's superhuman. Like, no pun intended. Very, very human.
I've got full trust in James Gunn for everything.
Yeah, me too.
Like his track list is very good.
At the very least, he's earned benefit of the doubt.
Yes,
just,
exactly.
You know, 'cause, come on.
Like all his movies, all his specials, all his TV shows that he's either written, produced, or just directed himself have had rave reviews. So honestly, give the man his due. He's definitely
agreed.
Definitely deserves this to run DC
sure.
Studios. Anyways, it's going all the way back. What was your very first DC movie that you watched?
It has to be the OG Superman.
Really?
Seriously, 79. Yeah, I think 79 Superman was the first one I saw. And then the first one I saw in movie theaters was Batman 89.
Oh, yeah.
Was the Michael Keaton Batman. I was so here for that. Like, as a kid, man, I lost my mind about it. I was all about it. And it was just amazing.
Let's see. My first would probably have to be Batman with Keaton, but as a DVD form. Because sure. I wasn't alive in 89. No, I wasn't even conceived in 89.
You're good. I am the oldie here, okay? At the ripe old age of 46 now. I have my birthday in March. I am the oldie, but I love it, man. I love this stuff. I've been in the bag for it all my life, so it's great.
I'm probably in the minority here, but I actually really like Batman and Robin. The
okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I think that Batman Forever gets a horrible miscarriage of justice when it comes to people what they think of it. Especially now that we hear that there's this like Schumacher cut floating around, and I'm like, bro, Warner Brothers, tighten up. Just get it to us, man. I want, especially because I hear like that recontextualizes the whole movie and actually fits really well in line with the Tim Burton ones. And I'm like, bro, what happened?
That is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I think the old movies past the Tim Burton movies are like not terrible. I mean, they're bad, they're campy, they're corny, but I mean I won't deny that, but I mean, they're not terrible.
Do you mean like the Adam West ones, or you mean
I mean like the live action ones. The Batman Robin, Batman Forever with
they all knew the assignment.
Yeah, they were here to have fun, not be serious.
Agreed. No, I think the only one I think like really kind of went a hair too far, not too far, but like felt like it was bordering on almost going full circle and becoming Adam West goofy was the George Clooney one. That's the only one that I'm like, I don't know. Bat card.
Batman credit card. Never leave with
oh my God. All those things. We're just like, really, guys? Is this what we're doing? Whatever.
It's almost as bad as the promotional stunts in Wayne's World.
Yeah. I love New Wayne's World.
Yeah, is good. Yeah. I mean, DC is a big part of a lot of people's lives for some good and bad reasons, because they don't have a great track record when it comes to like live action movies, but their animated movies are very good almost every time.
They have owned the animated space. I'll be honest. The Avengers animated ones that Marvel did, I thought were total booty cheeks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The DC ones have always. I feel like they've always taken it seriously on a level that like only anime can rival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seriously, Japanese anime always is dead serious. Even if it's goofy, they own it. They're earnest, and the DC movies have always had that same energy.
Yeah. Like, you can tell they really got into storytelling and just like linear storytelling and trying to make a cinematic universe when they got to the Flashpoint Paradox movie, and then after that into the New 52 style universe.
Bro,
because
I loved the New 50. I love New 52,
dude. Yeah, like
I loved it. I loved what it was. I loved the promise of it. I felt like when they started to waffle and they were like, everyone's starting the beginning. Oh wait, but Batman still has all these adventures you know about and remember. And I was like, guys, why don't you just like that was the perfect opportunity. Take all that iconic stuff, roll it in, and like redo it. I don't mean redo it, but like if you're going New 52, tell some of your writers, be like, well, mind you, Court of Owls was second to none. I thought Court of Owls was like redefining. But I feel like tell them you have this playground of events to now reintroduce and replay with and recontextualize. But there's only, and if you want, leave like the Killing Joke, leave that as something that in his, because there's a lot of things that were like year 1, year 2 kind of type events. And New 52 was not supposed to be year 1. It was supposed to be like maybe year 3 or 4. Like it was still early, but they were relatively new people. And it's like, to do that. Anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize. I have feelings. I don't talk comics often because I feel like there's enough voices in that space right now. Yeah. But I love me some comic books.
No, yeah. I love comics. My favorite is obviously Batman Hush. Like I'm actually collecting the reissue comics that have been coming out.
I'm waiting. I got the trade. I waited because I don't have patience, and I knew that it was Jim Lee, and I knew the team behind it, and I was like, I'm waiting, and I'm glad I did because I got the big giant like with the sliding case book from like back. Yeah, I loved it, and so I'm waiting for the new one, like because there's a new Hush story, Hush 2, I guess. And mind you, don't get me wrong, I know the story. Like I've been watching What's His Face Comics Explained.
Oh yeah.
And so I know the story, but when it comes out on trade like a full collected, I'm totally going to buy it because I love that nonsense so much.
Yeah, I've got Hush in paperback as well as the tiny compact form.
Oh yeah, totally. I love those.
I love those
digestible.
compact. Yeah.
Yes.
It's fucking $10 all day, every day.
They don't lose anything either. Like they look good.
They look
it's nice
really
and crispy
good,
art.
Yeah.
So back in the day, like I think Marvel used to try to do some not like this, but they would do like a small, almost ash can sized, and it would always look odd. Like their printing wasn't right. It just looked like everything got smushed. Whatever process DC's using to do these looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know nobody expected to get Zero to Heroes comic book talk.
No,
but, like,
I'm
telling
all
you,
for it, man.
I love it. Like I love the medium of comic books.
I love comics. Comics are my bread and butter. I absolutely love them. I collect them. I go every Wednesday for new comics.
Oh, good times,
I don't always read them right away, but I love them.
No, of course not. No, yeah, totally.
Gotta bank up them Transformers comics, man.
Yes, totally. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god, it's great. Okay, so no, what I was saying about the animated movies is that a lot of people don't give them credit for that because a lot of the general audience, a lot of people really want a cinematic DC universe, but then they don't realize or don't even acknowledge that DC already gave us a quote-unquote cinematic universe on the small scale with the New 52 universe.
No, that's real. That's real. You're right. You're absolutely right. And it's gore. And that was one of. So I'll be very upfront. I'm not a fan of the Crisis on Infinite Earths stuff. They were with the new squad and people. I didn't like those. But you're right. The New 52, that era, the art was amazing. That was about as close as you get to that powerhouse American style anime art. It was amazing. Darkseid looked dope. All the voice actors looked great. I was like, oh, and I mean, it really embodied that New 52 Justice League Jim Lee style, because he did the first couple issues of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it was so good looking.
They brought back Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern.
Yes,
it was great.
So great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I love that universe. I didn't like how it ended with the Apocalypse War, because that was just like a 90-minute movie. In all honesty, it needed to be a two-parter movie.
Oh, totally. Mm-hmm.
But because of their desire to get away from that and move into the new Tomorrowverse universe, or whatever they're calling it, the ending of that franchise just felt very rushed with that. Yeah. Like, it didn't feel built up very much at all. Like, we got the little bit at the end of Reign of the Superman where they said they need to take the fight to Darkseid, but after that is like there's nothing until Apocalypse War. So I agreed. That ending didn't really feel very earned. But I mean, in all honesty, it was a great movie, but it just could have been two movies in my opinion. Yeah,
totally. And get some. And I thought, well, and sometimes, I agree. I agree with you. Honestly, well, because I was going to say sometimes it works better that way, but no, you're right. I think a two-parter would have been much. Give a chance to flesh out and really and let everybody breathe and let all the events sit and do their thing. Give them enough time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I even found out and watched. I found out that they made The Death of Superman and Reign of the Superman into a full, nearly 3-hour movie. Like, they cut it in a way where it's one seamless 2.5-hour movie. And
where is this and how do I watch it?
It's on Amazon. You got to rent it from Amazon.
Shut up.
But it's on Amazon. No, it's called The Death and Return of Superman.
Don't mind me. Go ahead and fill for time. I'm going to go rent this. Like, if nothing else, I'm putting it in my queue to rent later, because I want to watch that. That sounds amazing.
No, the only reason I found about that because my Blu-ray of The Death of Superman was acting a little funky, so I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just watch this online, because I don't really like watching things online now if I have them physically in hand, because I'm trying to build my own physical library to get away from streaming, because streaming sucks.
I'm so okay. I've been on the fence, and here's why I've been on the fence. Every time my daughter loves to go pop tags at Goodwill or whatever, and so I'll always see the DVD section, and I always see at least a dozen or more things that I love.
Yeah,
and I'm like, my issue is, are there good? I mean, I have a PS5, so I totally could technically watch it on that. But like, are there really good like players and stuff to play these with? Like, that's my fear, because I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot of advancements being made in the Blu-ray / DVD technology.
No, there really aren't. That space is more almost coming to extinction. But I've got a external Blu-ray drive that I got off Amazon for like $30, and it works great.
That's awesome. Okay.
Because
literally for like $200 at Goodwill, I could re-up most of my, and we have like 6 Goodwills within a driving distance. I'm like, let me just go clean them all out, and I've got my physical media collection restarted.
Yeah.
Seriously, just reboot it.
Over the past year or two, I have collected over 270 movies, and that's just movies. That's awesome. I've got a bunch of TV shows as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Very cool.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, because I found the Death and Return of Superman on Amazon, I actually went onto eBay to buy the physical DVD or the physical Blu-ray. It's like, I need this in my life.
Totally. Oh my God, there it is! I found it. Okay, I'm putting it in my queue. Sorry.
It's great.
I'm totally adding it to my watch list, and I will rent it later. Matter of fact, I'll probably buy it later. But yes. You've really got me considering this physical media thing. I may have to look into actual, like, again, I have my PS5 though, so I can watch stuff.
Yeah.
Damn you! That means I have to buy a shelf to start.
Dude, you need to buy like 2 or 3 shelves. It's great. I just love looking at my collection right here on the wall. It's so satisfying just to see everything I actually own.
Sure, no, that's true. I get that. I get that absolutely.
I was looking for the movie The Death of Superman on HBO Max, and I did not realize how much stuff they kicked off HBO Max. Like, almost their entire DC library is gone.
All the stuff that we were like, that we got the subscription for.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what I got it for, and then they don't have it anymore? That's crazy.
It's so sad. Like, there used to be, like, 30 or 40 movies and TV shows in the DC space on HBO, but now it's just like it's not there anymore. It's just very much cleaned out.
Wow.
It really sucks. Yeah. And I mean, they've got Young Justice, but I mean, they need to do more with that. They've got the Watchmen Chapter 1, don't have Chapter 2. It's like they got Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. They just need. Of course, they got all the Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth movies. Ugh.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, those movies sucked.
Yeah.
They really did. I'm stuck on. Okay, I'm getting off Amazon. I promise. I'm not looking at it anymore. That's what was distracting me. I'm not looking at it anymore. But I didn't know because I didn't know that existed. So thank you for that.
What the fuck is Naomi?
What are we talking about?
DC drama.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. She was for a hot minute. She's supposedly a genius. She's DC's version of Blue Marvel,
really?
Except a girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She also has superpowers that are limited. Everyone tries to be like she's like black female Superman. She's not. She's more like diet Supergirl. Like, cause she's got like, she can't like fly per se, but she can, but I think she builds like tech to fly later. It's a whole thing. But she's a genius on like next level, like amazing, like Tony Stark level. And that's why I said she kind of compares to Blue Marvel. And then she's also very strong. I don't know if she's like super fast, but she's definitely quicker than normal. So she's basically, like I said, she's got the smattering of the normal superhero-y powers. And then she's a genius on top of that.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's who she is. That's who. It took me a second to remember. And what's her face? The one, there was a director. I can't remember her name right this second, but she does a lot of stuff. And she was supposed to be doing the show. There was a series that was going to be done, and they did. I think they did a pilot, maybe a first season, or just a few episodes. I don't know, but it ended up getting canceled.
It looks very CW.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got when I only watched the pilot, and I was like, you know what, I'm good. And that was when I was in there for the Flash. I was in there for Black Lightning. Yeah. I mean, I was watching all that stuff. Arrow toward the end.
Dude, Black Lightning was good in those first few seasons.
He really was. I dug him. I thought that was such a fun, and the fact that he was not connected to the other stuff directly. I was like, right on, man.
Yeah.
Do your own thing. Be that world superhero.
Did you know there's a Green Lantern extended cut
of the
movie?
Ryan Reynolds one?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Let me see.
What in the even cornier jokes? I mean, I don't like more really bad parallax CGI, and by parallax I mean the character, not the thing.
Okay, it gives you an extra 10 minutes of content. Really? All right.
I love the fact that it's like that didn't say 10 minutes of action packed. It's like of content.
Because you never know. It could just be slow.
I think this definitely counts as content.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Joker Folie à Deux?
Mm-hmm. I did.
How was that?
I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't like it. Only because it's so not for the. Here's the thing. I'm obviously a critic first, and I get these. Mm-hmm. I get the subversion factor. One, I'm sick and tired of everybody subverting everything. Two, the play was like, it was right there, bro. You guys literally just, like, the deal was go make the same amount of money, add twice as much crazy with Harley Quinn and figure out a good way to bring them together.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't pull it off. They didn't pull it off at all. Especially, I don't want to spoil it. Can we talk spoilers or no?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm never gonna watch it.
Okay, no, that's fair. So Harley Quinn turns out she's actually the bad guy. By bad guy, I mean she just wants the spotlight. She's somewhat crazy, but not as crazy as him. And so she hears about what his condition may or may not be, and ends up utilizing this folie à deux concept, which is, look, we're both in this crazy world together. And so the musical thing is her trying to inspire him to share to share his crazy with her. Yeah. She doesn't actually have this. He's the one who's experiencing the musical sing-along things. But because she's pushing him to do that. Yeah, it's crazy. And so, and then it ends up being that he ends up just being, he becomes a guy. He's just a dude who got in over his head and can't really grab that energy anymore. And so he's trying to fake it. And it was disappointing in many, many ways. Because at least if you're going to do that, do it with the idea of, but here's the real Joker. And it's not. They don't do that. He just gets killed by some unnamed clown guy at the end. It's terrible.
He gets killed? Oh, that's...
Oh yeah. It's
stupid.
terrible.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
They really should have just kept it the oneer.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have done that. Or at the very least, just been like, bro, give people the stupid movie they want. Give them another one, whatever. Maybe make it a backdoor origin to whatever weird version of Batman exists in this world.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Like whatever. And now you can have that kind of weird, like, show us the psychosis of a man who dresses up as a bat. Like if you're gonna go with this like grounded, everyone is crazy in Gotham concept, like fully marry it and have some crazy person. Matter of fact, have someone who's not actually a millionaire, but like that's part of their insanity. Like I could easily write a sequel to the original Joker that would just incorporate an insane pseudo Batman.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, how cool would that be?
In all honesty, after Mark Hamill, I want to say the best animated Joker that we've ever gotten is the one in Harley Quinn.
Yes, Alan Tudyk's is amazing. But I do. Really I mean, the voice I hear in my head is always Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
But I think Alan Tudyk, you're right, because he's not even like trying to be serious Joker. He's like relationship abusive Joker, and it's amazing.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
Dude, it's so good. I was like, bro, he's just like really captured that energy for it. And I'm like, good for you, man.
And in such irony, he's a great dad.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. So much.
Hilarious. Awesome. He's a great dad. He's running for mayor. It's like, what the hell is this Joker? I love him.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Oh God! What did you think of Creature Commandos?
I actually dug it. I dug it. A lot of people had a lot of issues with it. I thought the gratuitousness of it was like, wow, you really doubled down. I mean, geez Louise, it's like it's gratuitous. Mm-hmm. And but then a lot of people were like, well, I don't want to see my comic book characters doing blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, anybody who watches anime, trust me, we've seen it all. Like it's whatever. But at the same time, sometimes it felt like it was gratuitous for gratuitous sake. I didn't care so much about the violence and stuff because we've seen violent cartoons forever and ever.
Yeah.
But I felt like the like it's really like it's one thing to have characters imply they're gonna be doing the nasty, but it's another thing to like show it. And I'm just like, what is this okay? What's happening here?
I love it.
No, for real. And then dude, David Harbour is the gift that keeps on giving.
Dude, I love him.
His Frankenstein was so inspired because his Frankenstein is both goofy and tragic all at the same time. He's essentially a stalker who believes everyone should be helping him to his end, or he's going to end up killing them out of frustration and be like, see what you made me do. It's like, yeah, it's great. I love him. Yeah, it's good.
One of my favorites was G.I. Robot.
Oh, I love G.I. Robot.
Dude just wanted to kill Nazis.
That's it. And then the female member of the team, the fish girl, he was just like, would you like to kill Nazis with me?
Would you like to kill Nazis with me, friend Nina?
I know. I was like, dude, you're the best.
Oh god,
awesome.
and then the twist at the end. Oh yeah, that was great. I'm really loving the integrated universe that James Gunn is trying to give us, because we're gonna get Rick Flag Sr. in the Superman movie, and he was great in this. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that aspect as well. But it's really good.
I just want to see if they're gonna do it. If they're gonna do anything like, will he mention anything? Will they be mentioning the Creature Commandos?
Probably.
Like how integrated is it gonna be, or like some secret project he's not allowed to talk about? You know, something.
Maybe. I'd like to see Amanda Waller in Superman.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
I would too, especially because she's still around. Like she's gonna be. They kept the same actress, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. Definitely love that. Actually, I want to go back to comics real quick. Have you been reading the Absolute Universe comics?
So yes and no. I have them all to read. I've been more catching up with them with Comics Explained, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really have been, but I do have them.
Yeah, the Absolute series is DC's take on I want to say a Marvel Ultimate Universe style.
That's a good
comic series.
Yes.
Because it's not the characters that we know, but it's the characters in their core element, basically. Like they have different they got different origins, they have different motivations, but essentially they're the same people. They're just basically in their ultimate form, more or less. But in all honesty, I love the Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman series that are going out right now.
I love Absolute Batman. I love Absolute Wonder Woman. I think Absolute Superman is way too preachy for me.
Really?
It really is. No. Oh yeah. I'm like, because it's something to be like, because they basically turned him into. They've turned him into the equivalent. I'm using this as a defining trait, not for contextually what it is.
Yeah.
They've turned him into a pro-Palestinian college rioter.
Yeah.
Okay. But by that I just mean he's like he's like, stop war, stop blah blah blah. I'm gonna get angry about it and blow things up to make my point. And it's like, bro, I get it. Trust me, I get it. You want to have a message. Totally understand it. There's better ways to communicate that, is my point. And I feel like he's just like, it's very preachy in context in some places, and I'm like, why? Now I'm starting to see through I'm starting to see through that into like the core of the story that they want to tell.
Yeah.
But man, the writing and the art is very heavy-handed with this thing, and I'm like, guys, this is supposed to be the vehicle for telling your story, not the other way around. It seems like your story is the vehicle for pushing this agenda, and I need you to flop that.
It doesn't help that the topic is very topical right now.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And again, like I said, I don't care that it exists. By all means, I get it, and I'm down. I understand. I'm not blind to what's happening in the world. I prefer to live in a more positive space because, hey, I'm American. I have that right.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
America. Fuck yeah.
No, totally. No, yeah, totally. But no, I just mean that, but at the same time, like for instance, Batman's Batman's the opposite. Ultimate. I'm about to call him Ultimate Batman.
Batman?
Absolute
More like
Batman. Bro. But like that flipped it on its head. He's not a millionaire. He's not a billionaire, rich, whatever. He comes from a low end, this and that. I mean, they're doing something similar to what Superman's doing, but it's the opposite way in that the story is driving. Oh, and there's this message while we're telling our story.
Yeah.
And I think that I much better dig that. Wonder Woman straight up has decided to go God of War fantasy style, they're digging into the mythology aspects like we've never seen Wonder Woman do before, and it is so metal, and I don't mean that as a pun, like the old like the Batman metal. But like it is so hardcore. Oh. Like she's got like demon runes. She speaks to them. She's got a giant sword.
Steven to get her boyfriend back.
Mm-hmm. And then she uses a magic replacement arm, and I'm like, yes, you do, sister. Yes, you do.
Hell yes.
And she's like, I have to stop using my magic for this, so excuse me. And then the arm disappears, and you're like, what just happened?
And of course, she's got like a little robo arm for it too. It's so great.
Yeah, no, totally. I love it. They're like, I don't want to waste magic, but I need 2 arms, so let's tighten up.
Exactly.
Let's get. I was like, okay. You see her, she's like, hey, Hephaestus, you on your forge? I need an arm. Let's go. You know what I mean? And she's so, again, and the anime level sword, I'm like, you know what? Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. She's got that Buster sword. Hell yeah, she
does.
does.
Yeah, dude. The thing is so dope.
Dude, those first few issues just locked me in on her. It's just so great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely great. Anyway, moving away from comics, I guess a little bit. What is a TV show? What is a TV show, live action or animated, that you felt is underrated?
Okay, TV show I felt underrated. I think we mentioned briefly Black Lightning. I think Black Lightning was very underrated for what it was. A lot of folks kind of were like, because a lot of folks were like, oh, it's just it's just a Black CW show, and I don't know. I felt like they broke out of the CW mold, and I don't think it got enough opportunity to really, really shine. It's funny. I feel like now Smallville is underrated. Now, Smallville was like, there were some people who that was their introduction, and they loved that.
Super
and it's
popular.
Like, absolutely. But now I feel like people are totally trying to rewrite history. Like, Smallville was okay. And I'm like, dude, that nonsense.
Like you weren't in the hype. You weren't in the trenches.
I feel like the Arrowverse, you don't get to the Arrowverse without Smallville.
Absolutely
You don't get to like half the nonsense that come out without Smallville. Because Smallville really paved a way and said, okay, we don't. So by that, I mean, by the Arrowverse thing, I mean, Smallville was like, oh, wait, so we don't have permission for the Superman symbol nor the name Superman? Bet we're still going to tell kick-ass stories. And they did.
They absolutely
didn't need any of that. They had the Justice League dude at one point. Like, literally, they had a Flash. They had Aquaman, played by much earlier, what's-his-face from Reacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a much smaller Alan Richardson in the early beginnings of his career. Was Aquaman on that show? No, it's for real. And so again, I feel like people don't realize that they run because this show walked. I mean, seriously. So anyway,
got a janky ass Green Arrow in that.
They did totally have discount Green Arrow. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I can name one off the top of my head, mostly just because I'm looking at it right now. Beware the Batman. Do you remember that?
For like all of a hot minute, yes.
This CG show,
it was. I had it. I owned it.
Oh, dude, it was great, and it only lasted one season.
My mom knew that I was wanting to collect the Batman animated series, and she thought I meant Batman, an animated series.
Any animated series, yeah.
Right. So she got me that first season of that, and I was like, what is this? But I never even knew it was a thing, and I'm like, this is from the people who did Jackie Chan Adventures. Like, they went from doing that other Batman show, and then they put together this CGI one, and I'm like, this looks really cool.
Yeah, it
was.
Like,
this looked good. I was blown away by how good it looked.
And what I appreciated the most about this series, and specifically, is they didn't rely heavily on the main rogue villains. They introduced a lot of minor characters as well, like Professor Pig.
Oh my God! The fact you got to see, shut up, Professor Pig. Yes,
and it's not even his psycho murder spree, Professor Pig. It's just like a corny little Englishman village, like Professor Pig with the Mr. Toad.
That's awesome.
It's great.
No, for sure. I loved it so much. It was good. It was real good. His Alfred I thought was amazing.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Sort of where he existed in time, I thought was really well put together, because it wasn't exactly year one, but man, it was still, you could tell he wasn't fully polished.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Something like year two, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was real good. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And I was like I said, and then I couldn't find the other seasons, and I was like, oh
no, did they make out more seasons? No.
I know that. No, yeah, it's like, oh man. How did this wonderful mistake get me all excited?
I always gotta love when they do different interpretations of Alfred. I love when they utilize his MI6 background, because you rarely ever see that.
So that was such a fun season in the comics when they first introduced that, because they still will they won't they about his history, because there's also the version that we from the animated series where he worked for where his family is like a long line of servants to powerful people, so like they were like butlers to the king and queen of England and blah 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 and this and that, and like I love that version too, because that's more where I feel like pseudo father figure comes in, but then you get this MI6 version and then you're like,
oh shit!
Oh, Bruce's first teacher. Bruce's first teacher wasn't some foreigner. Bruce's first revenge teacher was Alfred. Got it. I understand now. So yeah,
dude. Actually, let's talk about Alfred for a minute. In all honesty, I think the best live-action Alfred has to be the one from Gotham.
I agree. That was such an unsung, because he almost his relationship later on with Gordon, and then as the series realized it had to do something with young Bruce, otherwise, like they noticed an uptick whenever young Bruce was around. So suddenly it was like, well, let's start slowly guiding him toward one day being Batman, whatever. And then the show kind of shifted its focus a little. But yeah, I loved Alfred when he was being introduced, especially because he was our Bruce stand-in. So he was the friend that you got to see Gordon have before Gordon ever has Batman as a friend.
Sean Pertwee is the actor who portrayed Alfred in the Gotham TV show. And in all honesty, he owned that character. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Like, I think one of the best moments is when the Court of Owls took Bruce, and he's just torturing one of the members in the Gotham police station. Just like he has a full-on knife, just stabbing into their hand. It's gruesome. I love it. I love him.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Their Penguin was stupid amazing also.
Oh, dude, Penguin in... Oh, jeez. Okay, fuck Alfred. Let's just talk about Gotham for a minute. Okay, Gotham started out as an amazing concept. Like, Gotham started out as this mystery, this murder mystery concept that you thought was going to carry for like a good 2-3 seasons, but they solved that mystery of who killed the Waynes in the first season, and that just wrapped that up, and then they just made it the Batman Rogue TV show.
I thought it was so smart for them to be like, you know when we're going to start our story? Right when dude witnesses his parent, like the night that Gordon shows up, and that whole shortly after that series of events happens or whatever, like you're like, oh, okay, so we're actually gonna be there. It's the one failure of that show, if there is one, is that it didn't try to adapt the actual GCPD storyline, because there was a comic that was focused on that, and that comic was very good. I liked it. Was good writing. There were no superheroes hardly. Batman was like the signal, and once in a while you would see him meet with Gordon to talk about something, but then we wouldn't follow Batman. We would stay with Gordon and the police stuff.
Yeah.
And I dug what they were doing, and I'm like, oh, this would, because that, to be fair, it didn't fit well in the comic medium, because that's kind of a weird long form storytelling that we're not used to here in the West. And so I'm like, but then the show, I was like, oh, this is great. If they really tap that well, they can get some really cool stuff out of it, because cop shows are huge, and you're going to dress it like, I feel like they were the opportunity. They were the prototype for what later on we got with the Penguin. Yeah. And by that, the Penguin series was such an amazing, it was such an amazing, like, here's gritty, grounded world that you're used to in Batman world, but here's what's really happening. And I'm like, give me that with the Gotham story, and it would have been great. But you're about to say, and please go into that. It just became here's the origin story of all the rogues.
It's like, that's fine. I loved seeing some of their origin stories, but it's like, you can't really have their origin stories without Batman, and it's like Bruce isn't Batman yet. So I mean, it if you want to go with the official timeline, it really didn't mesh up with anything from previous comics. But I mean, the characters were really good. Like you had Corey Michael Smith as Edward Nygma. You had freaking where is he? Oh yeah, there he is. You had Robin Lord Taylor as Cobblepot. You got
yes, which
Donald...
I thought that he was the shining
dude. Yes,
in that whole bro. I love, and again, I don't know what it is about the Penguin that just works well in most of these mediums. Like even that version was fun. Colin Farrell's version is very different, but it's like I don't know why he just works. Maybe it's because his like this gangster origin thing. Whatever. I wasn't a fan of Proto Joker. I was a fan of early Selena Kyle. Yeah, Jeremiah. I wasn't a fan of that. But I was definitely a fan of Selena Kyle.
Yeah,
I thought the Catwoman as being like this little girl, like burglar learning, totally down for.
Yeah. That version of Selena definitely worked. I loved Donald Logue and Ben McKenzie as Harvey Bullock and James Gordon respectively. They were just great.
The first episode when the blah 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 Bullock, I was like, what great casting. Okay. I love it. And then he puts the hat on and I'm like, oh dude, I'm here for you, man. That's awesome. I love it because Bullock is such a cool character because they play him one of two ways in the comics in the past. Mm-hmm. One is Dirty Bullock, we all kind of know from like the Tim Burton Batman and some other stuff, and the other one is I'm just on the edge of dirty, but I'm still a cop who's going to look out for Gotham. Yeah, and I love that version more.
Animated Batman. He's sleazy, but he's still a good cop.
Right. And I've always dug that version. I really have, more than the Dirty Cop version.
Oh yeah, no, Dirty Cop version just does all disservice to Bullock in every form.
Yeah.
It doesn't work at all. No, the Gotham show had potential. Like didn't it show Batman at the very end of the show for like a second in an outfit?
So he's standing on a roof. And it's the classic, I think even Alfred like hands him a thing, and then you see like close up of his hands as he goes to put his something over his head, and then and then he's sort of looking at the sky and the cowl and the outfit, but you never like see him. Like he doesn't turn around and pose or anything.
Yeah.
He's sort of just standing there looking at the moon or the symbol or whatever, and it was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was like, you guys, I guess you guys had to go there because it was over, but like, I don't know.
It really does suck that DC didn't really want to play with Batman in TV shows, live action TV shows. They just wanted to keep him for movies. So all the DC
movies
shows,
that they don't put out.
Yeah, exactly. All the DC TV shows just had to work around Batman. They give some of his broodiness to other actors. Arrow.
Oh my God! But I'm sorry, Arrow. Greg Berlanti was on such a redemption tour from Green Lantern, because I don't know if you know this. He wrote Green Lantern.
I did.
Okay. So he feel, and mind you, he feels firmly they failed him. Like they failed him instead of the city. They failed him in Green Lantern, and so he turns around and is like, okay, I want to do this Arrow thing, but I need you guys to not touch me. You leave me alone. You let me cook, and I guarantee you it's going to do a thing. And he put it all on the line, and they were like, "All right, if this doesn't work, you're done."
Yeah. And
then it worked so well. And I would argue Stephen Amell is he's one of those rare actors that may almost never get another shot at something big because he's always going to be Arrow.
Yeah, he's always going to be typecast. He's always going to be viewed as Arrow. So any other role he does, and he's done quite a few roles since then, it's just gonna be hey look, that's Arrow. What's he doing here?
Like that Suits 2 that just got canceled. That Suits LA.
Suits LA. Yeah, I heard about that.
The whole time I'm like, oh, so Stephen Amell, you're playing a rich guy who wears a suit most of the time during the day and is sort of slimy, but maybe not, kind of weird. You know, I get it. Like I get this ambiguity character, but like this has shades of the character you were in. Like you could see him tapping that well. He was
also Casey Jones in the second live action
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Like
dude, he was so bad as Casey Jones though.
What the fuck was that casting?
Yeah. I'm sorry, that first Casey Jones in the original was my favorite, like that guy who did that. He was so good. But yeah, no, I didn't. I'm like, why are you goofy? Casey Jones is not supposed to be goofy.
Like he can be, but he's not.
No, yeah, he's just. I mean, I get it. The hockey thing, totally legit. That should be fine.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. He just got goofy at points, and I was like, stop it. Like, I maybe it was him trying to break away from being like the Arrow mold.
Probably.
He was like, look, I can be fun. I can be energetic. I don't have to just be that guy you know. And I'm like, no, please go be that guy we know.
Yeah.
Because this is not working.
In all honesty, I think the Arrow show stopped being great after what's his name? The magic guy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. His uncle, brother, person, whatever. The guy who was John Burrowman played him.
No, not John Burrowman. No.
Oh, you mean, are you talking about Constantine?
No. Dark Constantine, basically. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my God, is he the actor with the white hair who was like
He's always typecast. He's always typecast.
Yes. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Donahue? No, not. God, okay, we're going on a rabbit hole, people.
No, I get now. He's like, we have to know this now. Right.
We're going on a rabbit hole.
Because you see someone's face in your head and you're like, I know the actor. Yeah, man. I can't remember right now. I'm looking for it too. I'm like,
yeah, I'm looking for it.
This is a riveting podcast right now.
Oh, God damn it. Fucking magician. No.
He ended up being a big villain in Tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
What was that show called?
Okay, what's Homestead? He's in Homestead.
I know he totally is Homestead. You're right. We all know his face.
I know his face. What's his name?
Oh my God.
What's his fucking
That's
name?
hilarious.
Neil McDonough.
Yes, Neil McDonough. That's the guy.
Jesus Christ! I knew there was a Donna somewhere in there.
Yeah, he was. I'm looking at the cast. Now I've got the cast in front of me because I totally should have done it sooner. Yeah, I liked him. He was great. He was a good villain in that. He played Damien Dark.
That's the one. There you go. There we go.
Damien
now
Dark.
Full circle, people. We got it. We're done. We got it.
Now the key, you have to go back and cut everything to this moment.
Or I'll just keep it in. Who knows?
Keep
We'll see.
the rabbit trail, bro. Keep it.
Keep it in. I love it. No, yeah, I think Arrow went super downhill after his season, after Damien's season.
Yeah, I agree. I do. And because it just when Arrow was at its best, when it was very grounded, when it was TV Batman, when it was doing what it does. The minute you began having metahumans and superheroes and everything else, don't get me wrong, I loved the original Barry Allen cameo. Mm-hmm. I think the original Barry Allen cameo with Grant Gustin was awesome because you were like, oh, it's Barry Allen. And you're like, wait, but he's not the Flash yet. That's so cool.
I know. It was great.
Okay. But then once you started introducing metahumans and everything else, and then somehow Arrow is like better than the guys with superhero powers, I was like, I mean, okay.
I really,
okay, I know you're trying to do the Batman like prep time allegory, but it's not working for me.
Yeah. Once you get like superheroes, like actual superheroes, like metahumans, magic, and all that, it's just like Arrow really gets shunted to the side. It really does. And then
even
honesty,
his island.
Yeah, and then fucking island
started becoming like supernatural, and there's ghosts, and there's an energy, and if you go there, and I'm like, what is happening here? What is going on?
I don't know. Just give us the normal fucking Arrow. Make him jolly. Make him happy. Make him not so Batman. Just seriously.
Yeah.
But then, in all honesty, I really enjoyed the first 2 or 3 seasons of The Flash. Like those were the highlight seasons of The Flash.
I agree.
And then
I feel like the problem with The Flash, is not okay. You're right. First couple seasons were wonderful. They couldn't figure out how to utilize his rogues gallery properly, and that was a huge mistake. Flash's rogues gallery is all discount Batman villains.
They are.
That alone is the most interesting between the Trickster and Mr. I mean, Captain Cold in them, they did a couple of times, they tried. And I thought he was great, which is why I'm glad he became a legend briefly in the whole bit. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there was they could have Mirror Master was never utilized well. Friggin' Pied Piper was never utilized. Like these characters could easily have been season-long villains, and what you do is the stuff that they really kind of I hate to say it this way, but it's the best I can think of, blew their wad on, like Zoom and Reverse Flash. Those should have been season 5, 6, and 7 villains. You start with a really good the Mirror Master in early Flash comics was scary and was really good. Like the Pied Piper was brilliant. There's ways to really play up this thing, but they went straight to Reverse Flash and now blah, blah, blah. Like they had so the show was starting in that era where everybody was trying to do mystery boxes of some kind, some version of the mystery box. And so they were like, Reverse Flash, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. Who is he? What's going on? And this whole thing, and you're like, guys, just give me the Trickster. Just give me the Trickster. give me this other thing. When I did like when they crossed over 90s Flash. Whenever John Wesley Shipp got to be the Flash, and then they made him Jay Garrick Flash, and I was like, I love you. That was awesome. That is such the best homage. And then later on, that's the one thing I loved about the Crisis stuff. We got to see 90s Flash in the costume, and I'm like,
yes, it was great.
I love you people, because I watched that. I am from that era. I watched that. I stayed up at 9:00 at night and had to I had to negotiate with my mother for a bedtime change, because I was like, you don't understand. 9:00, the Flash will be on that television. I am not going to my bedroom.
Seen,
yes, I will be on that sofa. That is where I'm going to be. If you don't like it, tough. My mom's looking at me all serious. She's like, all right, fine, we'll watch it. And I was like, thank you. Because she knew how serious it was. you may as well go out enjoying your show. Anyway,
dude, So I got a lot of gripes with the show, but one of those gripes is not gonna be with Tom Cavanaugh, who played Harry Wells for every single season.
Yes.
But in all honesty, I do think that he was a great Harry Wells. I thought he was a great Thawne, and they should have kept him as Thawne. But I do think they should have played out the Thawne story for 2 seasons instead of the 1.
Okay, yeah.
Because he could have been a great second season villain, just with that reveal at the end of the first season. Then you can have him come back as the second season, just all menacing and whatnot.
Well, I feel like there's tons of really good story arcs in the comics that they could have done correctly, and by that I mean like Trial of the Flash was nothing like Trial of the Flash in the show. Mm-hmm. And Trial of the Flash should have been, because Trial of the Flash, the basic gist of it is he kills the Reverse Flash by accident.
Oh.
And come to find out, Reverse Flash set that up. And that's when we introduced the idea of Echo People or whatever. So Reverse Flash allowed one of his copies to get killed, and so he orchestrates this whole thing. In the comics, that is a brilliant storyline. Like, it's really very low impact in terms of powers and stuff, and you get to really see, like, you could have easily done a whole season of him trying to defend himself while still being a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, that's what I mean by they didn't utilize stuff well. Everything had to build up to a big, massive, big bad. And I'm like, why, dude? These stories are so good. You don't have to go padding them out.
Yeah.
You really didn't.
Some of the best actors in this were from the main cast, but also the supporting cast as well. Like Grant Gustin was an amazing Flash. Danielle Panabaker was a great
Panabaker,
Snow.
so good.
Carlos Valdez was a great Cisco. Jesse L. Martin was a great Joe West.
Oh, so that was something I wasn't expecting, and I loved it. It was a little change that later on they mirrored in the comic books after Flashpoint. Mm-hmm. And but I really liked his Joe West. I thought it was so good.
Yeah. I actually really dug Wentworth Miller as Captain Cold. Like, I thought his dynamic
me too.
With Barry Allen, loved it. I absolutely, like, even when he finds out that Barry is the Flash, he doesn't do anything with it, or like he doesn't attack him. He just like, okay, we're rivals, like we're antagonists. I'll do my stuff, you do your stuff, and I'll try not to kill anyone, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
absolutely.
That's all Flash. That's all because Flash can rid the world of, or rid his city of villains in an instant if he wants to. He just lets them do their stuff as long as they're not hurting anybody.
Agreed.
Like,
no, agreed.
In all technicality, he's an accessory to criminal cases.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Like,
I loved their version of Firestorm. We got Firestorm in the Flash.
Dude, yes, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
So yeah, they had a ton of good, cool things. They had a really good bunch of cool, really great comebacks and callbacks in that series.
Yeah, one of my main gripes with the show is Candace Patton as Iris West.
Yeah, I never liked her casting. I thought it was miscast.
Yeah, like, she was okay for that first season, but then once they got really into it, like, she found out Barry's secret identity, she started becoming part of the team, and then really went downhill when she said, "No, you're not the Flash, we're the Flash." Like, bitch, please.
Yeah, it was my whole thing. Again, that was that CW formula. You got to have a team and everything. And I'm like, I don't know that you needed all that. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I mean, I feel like you needed him to do his thing, and that would have. I mean, give us Tom Holland level Peter Parker while Barry Allen. We never really got to see him fumbling about, being a cop, trying to balance life and everything else. He never had good, strong relationships. I mean, I think Spivot was the what's her face. Patty Spivot was the first like version of that kind of failing relationships they tried to do in the series, and it didn't really hold well. I mean, there's a ton of characters you could have easily played with in terms of kind of making that whole thing, and then ultimately letting Iris and Barry sort of will they won't they their way through it a little more, you know. And plus, I didn't like her in general. I don't think she can act to save her life anyway.
Oh no, she definitely can't.
She cannot.
Also, kind of a bit snooty as an actress as well. I've met her once at Phallus.
Really?
Yes. No. Well, met is a strong word. I was in one of her panels right before the Flashpoint season, like those first episodes. Like, I can't remember which season it was, probably like 2 or 3 or whatnot. But she's a bit really snooty of an actor. I didn't really get a good vibe off of her. But the Flash season was okay up till a point. Like, Savitar did us a great service by killing Iris off, but they just brought her back.
That's awesome.
And honestly, I really enjoyed.
Good job, Savvy.
Yeah, I honestly really enjoyed the first few seasons of Legends of Tomorrow.
Same. It's a show that I did not expect to see coming. I was like, who else saw discount Justice League with time travel on their bingo card? I sure didn't.
No one did, I don't think.
When they introduced them, and the fact that the time travel guy was actually homeboy, what do you call it, alumni from Doctor Who.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, you guys. Good job.
I love seeing that. Yeah, it was great. We're getting a little close to time, so
sure.
Want to talk about your expectations for Peacemaker season 2 and Superman?
Yeah, no problem. I think Peacemaker season 2. Okay, so I have a theory because James Gunn has already said that he has an in, and we already know there is an alternate Earth Peacemaker in the show.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that we're actually going to start in the same as in the DCEU universe.
Really?
But that somehow they're not going to call it that, but I think we're going to be in the exact same world that we were in at the end of Peacemaker season 1. And I feel like through that Tesseract door that his dad had, we're not only going to be introduced back to that world, but somehow him and the other guy are going to switch. And I think by the end of the show, he's going to be stuck. Our Peacemaker from before will be stuck in another world, another Earth, which is the DCU Earth, where events for the 11th Street Kids was probably almost very identical. Most Peacemaker stuff was probably very close. Only thing is he was probably a little better and more respectable, and because everybody liked him there.
Yeah.
But I think his brother and his father are going to both be, because I know we've already seen the brother and father are both alive in that world. through like different things that have come out. And I feel like that. So I'm more interested in seeing how they're gonna tie things together in terms of making it work, and if they're gonna like call it out, or if it's just gonna be a thing, and we're just supposed to kind of go, oh, that's how he got here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they're just gonna be like, it's a thing. Oh well. I think you're gonna actually physically explain what happens. That's my thought.
I could see that. Yeah.
I also I'm also placing good money that we're gonna get a high profile cameo that's gonna either be, like we said earlier, it's either gonna be Lois Lane. Might even watch us get real super like Jimmy Olsen. They give us Jimmy Olsen taking pictures, who was sent somewhere to take photographs. I'm like, you suck. You know what I mean? But watch it get that. But I feel like we're gonna get a big cameo. It's got to be from the Superman movie. It has to be.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Watch it be Lex Luthor or something like that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
See, that would be just as cool. We're all like Superman corn sweat, but I'm like, okay,
What
I
about
could totally
a
see
villain?
Homie. Yeah, totally see Homie be like have him be the person who somehow's bankrolling something else.
But they
can't prove it.
They just dropped the big bad right there in Peacemaker. They just dropped Darkseid.
Oh my god, shut up. The thing is, I can see crazy crap like that happening. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
anyway. When it comes to Superman, I am all in for. I think we're gonna get big cheesy American, warm fuzzy, like we're gonna get apple pie Superman. I think he's gonna be dealing with some internal issues in terms of like trying to understand, because what I got from that interview, the one with Lois, is he's making initiatives, he's taking initiative, he's doing things, and people are starting to question, well, wait a minute, why are you unilaterally whatever. I think he's got a really I see him being pretty impressive in terms of like, I'm making these choices, and now he has to realize, well, wait a minute, what are the repercussions of those choices I'm making, and do I have the authority to make them? And it's like, well, yeah, dude, you're the guy who flies around in blue tights and can lift buildings and mountains. Yes, you have the authority. Like, people have to listen to what you have to say. You know what I mean? Right. But then it becomes the moral question: should he? Blah blah blah. I believe firmly, no matter what anybody says, I think James Gunn understands the assignment. I don't think we're going to get a lot of needle drops. I think we're going to get some, but he's not framing this up like Guardians or Suicide Squad. I feel like we're going to be very, very orchestral music centric. I do not have a problem with the Superman theme, because nobody has a problem with James Bond using the same music per different James Bonds every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, stop being silly. I feel like him having the Superman theme, even if it's jazzed up, works fine.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm more interested to see how because there's a lot of characters, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm really not. But I want to see how James blends it together, because I feel like, because he and I are first name basis. I realize I'm like, James. I'm like, whatever. But I feel like he's going to do a really good job sewing this thing together. And I think right now, especially with the state of the world's in, we all need a symbol. We want something to forget. And I think people are going to go back to this thing again and again, just to go back to that nice, happy place world that they're painting for us.
Yeah. It feels a lot more hopeful, a lot more colorful than what we got with the Snyderverse. And I'm just realizing we never even talked about the Snyderverse. It was like, do you even want to go into that or whatnot? But I mean, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Superman movie. It looks fantastic. Crypto looks great. He looks lovely. He looks scruffy as hell.
I was in it the minute I saw it. I was like, he's got a dog. I have a dog. I told my wife. Yeah, I told my wife, I said, we need to get him a cape as soon as possible.
Yep.
I want my dog to have a cape right now, because I want him to be my little Crypto. Because I tell you what, man, he's so awesome. And the fact that he's based on, because there's nothing that can make you more human than seeing Superman / Clark with a dog. Like, let's go. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
He's a cutie. He's definitely gonna be the star of the show. Crypto is. Yeah. Do you want to get into Snyderverse real quick, or?
Sure, we can. No, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Snyderverse.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Snyderverse people. I loved the Snyderverse for what it was. Obviously, it wasn't a moneymaker in terms of being able to really generate enough for them to continue. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That's the factual. I'm not even getting insulting or talking about If I like or dislike or whatever, I think he's very stylized, whatever. I think this weird desire to constantly compare as if Corn Sweat's version is discount is almost like telling people Roger Moore wasn't really James Bond because he was a little lighter, a little goofier, but there are people for which Roger Moore is their James Bond forever.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like, but there's also a world where you're like, no, they're all wonderful. Like they've all been great. Daniel Craig. There are people who are like, why is he blonde? And I'm like, who cares? He's an amazing James Bond. Absolutely. He did amazing. And I feel like that's going to be this thing. I think this weird, there's been a weird dialogue. I did a video about it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Where people are like, oh, don't it looks like Snyder's getting why is James Gunn just making Snyder's movie again? And I'm like, well, first off, they're basing their stuff. He's not, but they're basing their stuff on the same, ultimately the same pool of ideas.
Like
you're using the comics, you're using events from the comics.
You can do with the character. Like there's only so much core material you can do.
Exactly. Before you have to sit here and say, oh, well, I'm sorry, is another building blowing up? Well, let's go to the thousands of pages of comics where the buildings have blown up. You know, I can tell you what you're not going to see in James Gunn. You're not going to see Superman killing people. You're not going to see Superman. You're not going to see Superman wrecking an entire city and caring none whatsoever about the people in it, because Lord knows he's saving that little girl pretty clearly. And I think that was the message James Gunn wanted to convey. Yeah. He's like, this Superman he's working tirelessly and using all of his powers to save the people. And I'm like, good for you, bro. Good for you.
Yeah.
So again, I do not hold anything against the Snyder people.
So my journey through the Snyderverse is actually kind of similar, a little bumpy here and there. Like I saw Man of Steel in theaters when it came out, because it came out roughly around my birthday in July. So I saw it in theaters. I loved Man of Steel. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I liked the dark and gritty side of Superman that they were telling, and I was really looking forward to more. And then you got your Batman v Superman, which was that. Then you got your Wonder Woman, which was actually really good. Could have had a better ending, but then you got your Justice League, or should I say Justice League? But yeah, that
for sure,
that happened. Then you got your Aquaman, and then honestly, I don't even consider the James Gunn Suicide Squad as part of the DC EU, as part of the Snyderverse. Because
I have to agree, because
it's so much better, so much more colorful.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
So
the fact that we got Starro, man. F you.
Starro.
We got Starro. I never thought we'd get Starro, and he looked good.
Yeah, he did.
So good.
Like I thought Aquaman was okay. Like it wasn't perfect. It was pretty good. I thought Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, I think that's what it was called. Aquaman 2. It was okay. It was slightly better than Aquaman, but not by much. But in all honesty, what can you really do with Aquaman? So I mean, Black Adam was probably the real death of the DCEU, and that shows. But I mean, there's like three or four movies that I really enjoyed from the DCEU, from the Snyderverse. And I mean, it's Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman to a lesser extent, but then the Snyder cut, and yeah, that's about it.
I thought I liked the premise of Black Adam. I did not like Black Adam, like the way they executed it.
Yeah.
But I mean by that, like the plot, the story, I get it, and it was the best way to go in through it. I just they were trying very, very hard to turn Dwayne Johnson into a thing that the character of Black Adam just isn't.
Yeah.
The character of Black Adam has never been that guy, and for them to make him that guy he's not. Even he's very. It's funny. I would say Black Adam shares easier comparisons with Dr. Doom. Black Adam runs his country, and he runs it with an iron fist, but the people love him because he protects them.
Yeah.
And he tells everybody else, if you cross my border, I will F you up.
And you kind of
and
see,
same thing with Doom.
And you can
don't bring
see
stuff to
that
Latveria
in the movie, but then he's a lot softer.
Agreed.
But like having Dwayne be Adam in this really didn't do any favors because his ego is just so massive it corrupts everything he touches right now. He's just like, I am not a Dwayne the Rock Johnson fan in any way. Like, there are movies that he's in that I enjoy, like the Jumanji movies, but I mean, he is not a movie actor.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with it. But right now he's in that one. What's his face? He's in that one MMA UFC origin story movie, and The Rocket, and it looks Oscar baity. Like there's nothing about it that says, like the fact that they're leaning into him as a fighter and I'm like, oh, so you're leaning into his strengths, but because he cries and is showing a big, strong man vulnerable, that's what's supposed to get him the Oscar? Am I confused right now? What's going on?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what his deal is. It's just like, he wants to be John Cena so bad, it hurts.
Dude, how did John Cena just...
Seriously,
you know what happened?
His first
John
few movies
Cena
were so bad, and then he did whatever he's doing.
John Cena has surpassed The Rock because rather than try to upscale his image or be something else, he has stuck to being this thing. The same way Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I mean, this John Cena is whatever this thing is he's doing, and he's doing it really well. Whereas The Rock started that way. He leaned into being his stuff. He did action movies and blah 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 and whatever else. Then he did that brief run where Disney owned him, and he did like the Tooth Fairy and some other nonsense.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
But yeah, it was bad. I'm with you. Like he's like, why the hell is John Cena getting the roles that should have gone to me? It's because, I don't know, John Cena doesn't take himself so seriously. Because I guarantee you, John Cena does not have in his contract he must win fights and hit so many people so many times.
Mm-hmm. And he can't lose.
That's such garbage. That's such trash.
And also to mention that John Cena is probably a nicer dude than The Rock.
Yeah, I agree with that. He seems, if nothing else, he comes across that way.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like, let's go.
It's so freaking stupid. But yeah, Snyderverse was okay. It wasn't great in any respect of the words. Like, I could understand the vision that Snyder had for his DC universe. Like, he wanted that Injustice style, like dark and gritty universe, ending with full-on battle between Darkseid and the Justice League.
I feel like that's where they were going.
Yeah, they like,
really remember when Flash is telling Bruce, it's Lois, be careful with Lois or whatever else. Like, they were trying
Lois is the key.
Yeah, they were trying to queue up that, and then you have Nightmare Batman in that scenario. That was the intent. The intent was to queue up an Injustice style universe. That was where they're going to be heading. And truthfully, those were missteps. He should have leaned into what he was doing. And I didn't like the fact he went with an older Batman. You know, yeah. I think that was it just didn't vibe for me. I thought it was very off, especially because you're wasting Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck would have made a brilliant, straight up Batman who was at the height of. Give me Batman in his prime. I'm in.
Yeah, I'll actually agree. Ben Affleck was the Batman they gave us was okay. Like, I understood they were trying to go for a more The Dark Knight Returns Batman, but using Ben Affleck as that really didn't help, because a lot of people wanted to see Batman as a younger person, or Batman to rival Superman or Henry Cavill's Superman, because like, you can have that with Ben Affleck. Like, he could have been that year 10 Batman.
Sure.
Like, he could even
having that opportunity, even having him find a way, like, do what the animated thing did. Have him figure out who Superman is, and now you got a game, and have Superman figure out who he is. You know what I mean? Like, they tried doing kind of that with Clark being able to hear Bruce doing stuff and plotting stuff. But I feel like it didn't go far enough in that direction. Like, build that relationship into something special. But they just wanted to get to Batman v Superman, which I thought was the worst name for a movie. I didn't mind the movie itself, but I also hated. I'm sorry, the fact that Jesse Eisenberg was originally being queued up to be the Riddler and then refused to do. And he's like, I've already done all my prep and work for this, so you're getting this performance from me. And I'm like, then you're a dick, bro. Okay,
yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? You're an actor. Learn from people like Michael Douglas, who's like, dude, I get paid to read the lines you give me the best I can and to interpret that character. Let's go.
Yeah, just
be Ant-Man. Done. I'll be Ant-Man.
Lex Luthor.
Not at all. It was terrible. It was so bad it was distracting. That's why people hate that movie. Not because the movie itself is actually really good. It's very well done. It's I don't think you needed the death of Superman that early. I think that was foolish. That was a bad decision. I feel like the
Batman
rest
v
of
Superman this early either.
You didn't. I think you should have. Yeah, I think you should have introduced them and got them together. Done the classic, what are you doing in my city, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? I did like the line when he's talking to drunk Bruce, or Bruce pretending to be drunk. He's like the planet. Do I own that one? Like, tell me, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, I get that little nod to the fact that Bruce in the comics buys the Daily Planet.
Yeah, that's great.
Which he does that later. He does that as a friend to Clark. He does as a friend. He's like, I'm gonna help you out, bro. So you can do whatever you want at this point. But anyway, yeah, it was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's a bit of a decent start to the Snyderverse, but a very, very strong downfall at the end. It was like, okay, oh well, we tried. Let's move on to something else. Let's move on to something more colorful. And honestly, that's what they're doing. So I'm really looking forward to that. But
no, and I am too. And I think also, where do you stand? I'm gonna flip it on you real quick before we go. Where do you stand on the trunks, inside or out?
Honestly, I could take it or leave it. His
okay.
Trunks being on the outside is very iconic Superman, but
that's where I'm at with it.
There have been a lot of great comic books as well as animated movies and shows where he doesn't have the trunks, and like, you can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. But in all honesty, Trunks is very classic Superman. So I like where they're going with that. I feel like it makes a statement, yeah. Yeah, do I think that he's going to lose the trunks in a future movie? Probably. But if they do the costume well, I'm all for it. Like, I thought Henry Cavill's suit was great. It didn't have trunks. It was great.
So Henry Cavill's suit, my only issue was it always looked like a rubber suit.
Yeah.
It always looked, I don't mean the muscles, because I know the man himself was actually very muscular and did all the work. I mean, hell, just that scene where he comes out of the water after having saved the guy, and he's like, and you see him like ripped beyond, because he like starved. He clearly did the dehydration, like, because he's like, I'm going to be in a shirtless scene, and they have to have him ripped and cut and running around. So you're like, Superman. Okay. Yeah. And honestly, he looked, what I loved about that moment, that's the most Superman he looked. And here's why. Anytime you ever saw Clark without a shirt on in the comics, he was a hairy dude. He was very muscular. He was very cut. And I'm like, okay, I see the homage you're doing. I get it. He was very Dan Jurgens era Superman. Yeah. I was like, okay, I feel you. But his outfit itself, what people saw, what was the texturing, and I've seen close-ups, I know it's supposed to look like, when he's in motion, looks like a weird rubbery effect. And it blends too much into like rubbery, bubbly looking, and doesn't actually communicate well at that stage. I'm glad we're shifting out of the I have to have my iconography molded into my rubber suit phase.
I like the cloth look better than the actual rubber suit, which was what that was. Yeah, or latex or whatever it was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. Yeah. In all honesty, Trunks, take it or leave it. It just depends on how well the actor is and how they do the suit. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not one way or the other. It's that's basically That's my thoughts on that.
No, it's good. No, it's good. My feeling behind it is this is, like you said, it's very iconic, and I think it conveys it immediately said something when you saw he had the trunks on. It immediately was like, oh, it says a thing, and I'm like, I get it. You've communicated very effectively already who this Superman is.
Yeah.
The
opening scene in Superman and Lois, the CW Superman and Lois show, where he's saving the kid in the from the bus.
Classic,
very classic comic Superman opening or cover.
It.
And he's talking to the kid. Yeah, my mom made me the suit.
Oh,
I loved him.
So cool.
I loved him.
Yeah.
After Henry Cavill, probably the best live action Superman so far.
I agree. Well, it's funny if you look at them side by side in their suits were very. His suit was very inspired by that one, clearly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it has the design of muscles built into the thing, or not the design. Because again, Henry he didn't have a padded suit, but they painted the lines to support his to give him deeper looking ab curves or whatever. And they did the same thing with Tyler Hoechlin's suit. I actually dug Hoechlin's Supergirl version of his suit over the later one they had in the Superman and Lois show. It was a slightly different design. It had like more of a plate of a symbol and had the shoulder the shoulder pad pauldron things. I was like, okay, it's different, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But I love the first episode I saw when they showed, like when you mentioned, I was like, oh, he has like historically, canonically has had that outfit. Okay. I love it. And I do love the fact
Dude,
that
I would love to see that style of outfit, like that very first outfit in the Superman movie. Like, what if Ma Kent has it just at her in the farm?
Oh my God, that would be so good.
That'd be great.
Or even like has pictures of it. Like, remember that old outfit? And he was like, no, it was regular just spandex and it was terrible. Like, have him be like, that was rough. Like this, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna make his current suit like an actual Kryptonian thing, like if an affectation or something. Because in the comics, the only thing, and Byrne did this, was they made his cape the blanket he was found in.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that Byrne ever did when they rebooted it, after the Christopher Reeves movie. And so this one, I'm like, I wonder, and that was it. I did appreciate that about Zach's, how they showed his dad in a suit, and then the spaceship had. I was like, okay, I get it. I love Zack Snyder's Krypton. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved his Krypton, loved the parents, loved Zod, at least the premise and how it went down. So there are things I did like. I never want to take away from it. So anyway, I'm sorry, we're going well in the weeds at this one.
No, it's fine. Yeah, we appreciate Snyder and what he did. It didn't work out with him in the studio. Studio really hampered his style, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. We won't ever be able to go back to it. So I mean, we can appreciate it for what we had in the meantime.
No, I agreed. I agree with that.
All right. Well,
and again, I liked the world it established. So,
yeah,
but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine. Yeah, we did really enjoy the world. Anyways, I think this is a good place to end it for today. We've been going for about an hour and a half. Thank you for coming on. It has been a pleasure as always. And hey, maybe we'll do a full on Superman episode in the very near future.
I'm down. I'm here for it. Let's go.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for a very special extra long Absolute Zeros podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys again. Probably not in 2 weeks, just because of how our schedule lines up. Maybe not, we'll see, but hopefully we'll see you guys again in the next episode. So yeah, Mr. Know-It-All, thank you for coming on again. We will see you guys in the next episode. Bye guys.